Okay, I think we're live. I think we're now live. I think. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Can everyone hear me? Hopefully people can hear me and see me. We are live. We're here with the late night folks. Hang on 1 second here. We got people here. I'm going to check on my end the audio. I'm going to check the audio on my end. Let's see here. One, two, test.
Let's see.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Who do we have here? Strange Reverend, Melissa McQueen, Alex Duncan, Beth Stannard, Silent Wolf, Madonna Harold, Brandon Johnson, Nicholas Guerrero, TJ, Kristen. I'm so sorry for the wait, guys. I apologize. There was a technical matter I needed to deal with, unanticipated, but it's done now. Madison G., Michael Russell, Beth Stannard, Peaks and Pokes, Marilyn Kozlov, Katie McElroy, Dave, Terry, Melissa McQueen, Rick Hoppy, Lizzie, Asymptomatic Super Spreader, Jeff Ha. Mark, thank you for moderating, Mark. I appreciate it. Baby Shark, Strange Reverend, Strable, Sarah Joy is moderating too. Much appreciated, Sarah Joy. Salon Girl. No, I actually did my taxes. I got my taxes done before tonight. I needed to get that done. I spent a bunch of time on them. Terry, Maria B., Zubaida, I Hear Crickets, Tessa, Salon Girl. Let's see here. Dennis. Hang on 1 second here. Matt Danger, Arizona Jumper, Joanne Gabrielle, so thanks everybody for being here late at night. I know it's midnight where I am. Matt Danger. So, hang on 1 second here. What's on the agenda? Nothing on the agenda. I wanted to do a stream. So I have been so busy. I did make it to the grocery. I had like run out of everything. So after we streamed covering Texas, I had to eat something. I ate something real quick. I got a Sicilian pizza. I got one of the big Sicilian. I got a Sicilian pizza a few days ago, and I've had it here. So I had a couple pieces. It was still in the fridge. Some of it was still in the fridge. So I had that. I gave myself a break from chicken and burgers that I cooked for myself. But I had that, and then I went to the grocery, and I ended up making 2 trips to the grocery. The grocery was not crowded at all. It was nighttime, so there's hardly anyone there, which was great. But the first trip, I just got like regular stuff, and then I walked to the grocery, but then I noticed they had sparkling water, big sale on the sparkling water I like. So, big sale. So I took the car over and I got some boxes of sparkling water. So I stocked up for a few months with the sparkling water. So I did that, and then I spoke to my mom. I had to do that, which was good. And then it's warm here tonight. After all of that, it's actually very warm here tonight. It's like right now the temperature here right now is 73 degrees, and like a couple hours ago it was 77 degrees, and so I was just like, you know what? We've been so busy. I even like worked out in a few days, which I don't like to do. I like to work out, but I haven't even had time. So I was like, I'm gonna go take a walk. So I actually took a walk before this. I was gonna stream a little earlier, but I was like, I really need to get out of here and take a walk, and it's really warm out. So I took a walk for like an hour, walked around Orlando some. I actually walked to the lake. I'd never walked to the lake at night, but it's perfectly safe to walk there. It's well lit and there's people around. And actually the swans are awake. Some of the swans are awake and some of the ducks are awake. So I thought all the birds would be asleep. But actually I saw some of the swans swimming around the lake. So saw some wildlife, and so that's what I did. No, I did not walk to Disney. I walked kind of around downtown. Also, I had been meaning to walk around because it's kind of weird. Like, there's like the bars are open here, so I'm not going to the bars. But I sort of wanted to see what it looked like when the bars were open at night, because normally I'm not walking around at this time of night. So let's see here. But yeah, so I escaped the apartment, right. Melissa says they're night owls. I don't know, it's weird. I didn't expect the swans to be awake. A number of swans were awake. So Paula says it's 19 degrees in Wichita Falls, Texas. Not good. Well, it was it's 73 here, and it was like 77 when I went to the walk with the walk. So it was good. It was good to just get out of the house. And hold on 1 second here. So I did that. And so I had just gotten back. Were the bars crowded? Some of them were. It's weird. Most of them were not. So clearly a lot of people are not going out. I mean, it's only Thursday, but I'm guessing on a normal Thursday, these bars would not survive if they were that uncrowded on a Thursday. So you can really know, even though they're open and even though some people are out, the fact that on a Thursday, so many of them on a warm night were not crowded at all tells me that a lot of people are still staying home. But there were like through like 3 or 4 bars, I guess like the hip bars that I walked by that were just packed indoors. So I did not go in, obviously, but I did get a sense of what it looks like down there when it's like a nighttime thing. Quiana says it's Mardi Gras season. Now, I'm guessing on the weekend, Friday, Saturday is probably a little more crowded. But, yeah, there's no way, like, the bars would not be there. If before the pandemic on a Thursday, those bars were not crowded, like they were not crowded tonight, most of them, they would not exist. So I'm sure that before the pandemic, there'd be a lot more people out there. So but it was good to walk. It was good to just get out and walk because I hadn't done that in a while. And I got my grocery shopping done. So I did that. And, but I was surprised. I was surprised that some of the swans were awake. I thought all the birds would be asleep. A lot of the birds were asleep, but some of them are kind of doing stuff. And Hang on. TJ says maybe it's mating season. They didn't look like they were mating. Hey, thank you, Edward Kim. Thank you. They didn't look like they were mating. There were just a few swans kind of just hanging out. I didn't see any turtles. I saw some of the other birds, like the cormorants, I think it is. I saw one of them. Okay. So I did that. Terry says, I'm so glad our family stocked up. Really feel for the vortex impacted. Best wishes. Oh, so somebody asked me, somebody said, did you use the pizza cutter? I did. I used the pizza cutter that Chris sent me. I'll use it on the air sometime so people can see it. But it was very good. It was very good. So what happened is, hang on one second here. I went to that pizza place that has a Sicilian pizza, and I'd gotten a couple slices before. Do you know Sicilian slices? I'm gonna have to show you. See if I can make this work. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, will this show up? No, I want to go over. Where is it here? There. That's it. That's what I want to show you. So I had gotten a couple slices, but the place I go to has you can get a full Sicilian pizza. So the one I got had 8 slices, which doesn't even look that big, but it's actually an enormous amount of pizza. So I've been eating for 3 days in a row. I've eaten dinner from that one pizza. So I had that. I had 2 pieces of that tonight. My Sicilian pepperoni pizza. It is great. That's what it looks like, though. That's not the this is just a Google search of Sicilian pizza, but it's thick. It's thick. It's a little like deep dish. It's kind of like deep dish. But anyways, I didn't plan on eating it 3 straight days. It's just kind of been here. But it's a good change because I had been eating, like, I had cooked for myself like 9 straight days, and it was just like chicken, burgers, chicken, and I was just sick of it. But the pizza cutter that Chris got me, what was the pizza cutter? What was the brand name of the pizza cutter? It worked very well. It's great, and especially because I brought the pizza home and they had cut it. They had cut it at the place, but you get it home and it's not perfectly cut. So I used the cutter, and then also when you put it in the fridge, it kind of like it's like I don't know if it like grows together or whatever. But when you take it out of the fridge, maybe it expands in the fridge, but you kind of have to take it apart again. So I used the cutter, and the cutter worked great. Oh, and the Cutco pizza cutter. And the thing is, the Cutco pizza cutter, it's not sharp. It's weird, which is good. I didn't realize it's not sharp. I thought it was going to be super sharp. But it's not sharp. This is it. It's a premium. So Chris gave this to me. Chris gave this to me. I did not buy it myself. Chris just sent it to me. But yeah, it was good. It was good. But it's interesting. It's not. I guess they're not meant to be sharp. I mean, they're thin, but you can run your hand over the blade. That's not the point. Alibaba said they are good for the harder crust. I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if the reason that they're not sharp is too sharp wouldn't do well with the crusts. Maybe you need a thicker knife for the crust. That's interesting. Yeah, sharp does make me nervous. Also, it's very easy. It's very easy to remove. It takes 2 seconds. What you can do is you can remove the blade. So every time I use it, the arm lifts up and you just take the blade off, and then you can clean the blade. Christopher, Chris, I didn't know you were here, Chris. I'm so happy you're here. Chris says, nope, not sharp, not supposed to be sharp for pizza. That's why I like it. Yeah, it's not sharp at all. It's great. It worked. I will do on the air, we'll use it. I'm going to use it on the air, or I'm going to make a video next time. Honestly, Chris, I'm dead serious. I was going to make a video of myself using it, and then show it on a stream. And I was like, you know what? I think while Chris has no power and is sitting in the freezing cold, I'm going to hold off on discussing his pizza cutter. I think Chris would probably appreciate me talking about it more and showing a video of it if he had power. So I intentionally didn't. Take a video of myself using it, but I will next time. I definitely will. Chris is here. I'm so happy we have Chris here. Hang on 1 second here. Hang on. Chris says, I bumped up my heat to 65, so I'm good. No water, but I don't care at this point. Chris is for those of you who don't know, Chris is in Austin. And Chris has not had power. He went 78 hours without power. And Chris is also the one who bought the pizza slicer for me. Chris, did you take a shower? Matt Danger asked about you taking a shower. Hey, Linda Bell. Good to see you, Linda Bell. KC Guy is here. We're going to do a stream at some point with Chris. When Chris is up to it, what I think we should do I don't know if Chris will be up for this. I think we should do a special stream just talking to Chris. Or like, it'll be a featured part of the stream. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. Chris says, just unbelievable. No shower, no water. It's okay though. I hope you don't get like mites. Can you get like mites on you? Can you get like bugs that start eating into your body? Jing Gay Love says, hello, host. I feel like if you don't take showers for several days, all kinds of bad things can happen. Hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I had come back from my walk, and I have a bottle. This is too much information. It's not that bad. I have a bottle of ice. Why do I have a bottle of ice? Because when I run, I have some foot issues. So when I run, I will step on the bottle of, I will rest my feet on the bottle of ice after I run. It helps, settle things down. But I took a long walk and I did the same thing. So I had just gotten back from my long walk when we came on the air. So now I'm going to put my shoes on because I'm not going to be sitting on this forever. So this is what I am doing right now. Please ignore me putting my socks and my shoes on. That is what we're doing. I'm wearing a blue shirt. It's kind of hard to tell. Maria says, never seen mites from not showering, but have seen maggots attack dead skin before. I hope Chris doesn't get maggots. Thank you, Nicholas. Here. Shoes are going on. Oh, I don't have the shark socks are in the dresser. Blake says most people outside USA don't shower once a week or less. What? That's not true. That's not true. Not true. Not true. Hey, Rita's Reel is here. Rita's Reel says it's too cold. Mites are dead. How often do I shower? Every day. Every day. If I work out, I'll shower. I'll do it a second time. Oh, 12 Tree's the one who asked me about the. I think 12 Tree asked me about the pizza cutter. Hold on, I just need to put the ice bottle in the freezer. Give me 1 second here. Hang on. I'm so happy I got to the supermarket. I was really running low on everything. One time when I was like in 7th grade, I'll never forget it. I was in 7th grade and most days I showered, and one day I didn't shower. And then my friend told me, you smell really bad. And he was right. He was right. That was in 7th grade, and I always remembered that. And I said, I don't want to not shower. People say Steve Jobs used to smell terrible because he didn't shower. And I was like, why couldn't he bother showering? You shower for other people so you don't smell. Well, I mean, it takes 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes and it feels nice. Why make other people suffer because you don't want to take 2 minutes doing something that feels nice? It really is, ridiculous. Anyway, I just do a quick news headline check here. I think we're okay. Hello, Sharif Stepney. LNG says, I have 13-year-old twin boys. Getting them to shower is a struggle. Do you tell them you smell disgusting and people don't want to smell it and taking a shower for 2 minutes feels nice? Why don't you tell them that? Hey, Baby Milks, thank you. Thank you, Baby Milks. Like, you can do an adequate shower in like a minute if you have to. Like, it's not a really big time waster. It's just ridiculous. It's the worst thing. You're the worst person. If you don't shower every day, you're the worst person. If you don't shower every day, you're the worst person. Chris says at his apartment, the faucets are dry. The apartment's turned off everything. The water. Rita's Real says, during hurricanes or natural emergencies, it's essential to have wet wipes. They are lifesavers. Make sure you put them in your hurricane prep stash. I think Chris sent me some last year. I have them here. No, every other day doesn't work. It should be every day. Should be every day. If you don't shower every day, then so many people you know secretly think you smell like crap and are mad at you. Melissa says, Elizabethan people bathe like once a year and they made it LOL. They smelled like crap and they were miserable because they smelled like crap. Yeah, Matt Danger. I was assuming that if it was boys, they would, if they started like dating at all, if they, either boys or girls, when people start dating, they might actually care about showering more. Chris says, shower wakes me up every morning. So that happened. Okay, so I took a walk and I told you about that, and also I wanted to mention, some people have mentioned how, you know, I had spoken with YouTube about the whole, we've had this issue with streams getting hidden, right? This has been going on for a year now, where on all my channels and other live streamers, there's been this problem where YouTube has this automated system that's been wrongly hiding live streams, and then they flag the hide stream. In theory, it's supposed to flag something, I guess, if it has like questionable content, and then a human looks at it, but it takes like 24 hours for the human to look at it, and it's just hidden from search. You can see it, but it's hidden from search. So if you don't, and it's hidden from subscriptions feeds. So if you don't already know we're on the air and you go to your subscription feed, it's not there. And if you search for it, it won't come up in search. So, right, everybody remember that issue that we've been having? So, you know, I went back and forth with them on Twitter, and a lot of you posted supportive messages, thank you, when I was talking to them on Twitter. So, originally they wrote back to me on Twitter, just like I told you they would, and they said, hey, we can see your video now in search. So that's it. And as I told you they would say, and I had to write to them, well, no. Yeah, you can see it in search now, but it's like 2 days after the video was live. That doesn't help me. The problem is that it gets hidden while it's live. and people can't see it while it's live. No one wants to watch it 2 days after if it's a live news stream. So I said that to them, but not in shorter terms. And then they did write back to me, and they said this. This is what they said. They said, well, the reason this is happening is because of the pandemic. We have fewer people in the office and fewer people to review stuff, and it takes longer. They said all that, blah, blah, blah. But they said your channel should not have a problem with this anymore. They literally said that to me. They said your channel should not have a problem with this anymore. Which was interesting because that's not like a canned response. So maybe what the implication was that Agenda-Free TV, they had done something to prevent it from happening again. So we'll just have to see. I'm skeptical, but they did say that. So they didn't say it about this channel. They didn't say it about Agenda-Free TV too, but they said it about Agenda-Free TV. So we'll have to see. I'm skeptical. I mean, none of the Texas streams got hidden, but the Texas streams were all just, I don't think Texas power outage was a controversial topic. So, I'm not surprised that none of those streams got hidden. But so we'll just have to see. I am skeptical. But they wouldn't say that unless somebody tried to do something. That's just not something they would say. They never say that kind of thing. Like if they're just sending you cut and paste responses, they don't say, well, your channel shouldn't have a problem with this anymore. So, but who knows? Maybe, you know what? For all you know, it was just bad wording. For all you know, they didn't do anything specific to the channel, and the person who wrote it just said, your channel shouldn't have a problem with this anymore, by maybe the person who wrote it was just like saying like something like, don't worry about it, it won't happen again, when they had no business of doing so, when they have no knowledge of doing so. Now that I think about it, that's very possibly what could have happened. It just could have been somebody not using proper language and not being careful and saying, your channel won't have a problem with this anymore, when what they meant to say was something like, oh, it's fine, don't worry, it won't happen again, when nothing's been done about it. So maybe they didn't take any action. I would have to know. I would have to know if the person saying it was using their language correctly or not. Yeah, Tammy, somebody said in the chat said they knew people there and asked about it. I'm dubious that like anyone can do anything about it, but who knows? But I'll write, look, if and when the next time is that Agenda-Free TV stream gets hidden, I will certainly write them back. And I'll say, hey, my channel had a problem with it. What was the exact wording? What was the exact wording? And again, the exact wording of what they said to me was, yes, see, this is what they said. They said this happened because of the long-term impact of COVID on our workforce. Fine. It should no longer be a problem for your channel, but let us know if you run into any issues. They literally said it should no longer be a problem for your channel, but let us know if you run into any issues. See, that kind of sounds like that language, it should no longer be a problem for your channel. That sounds like they're saying they did something. I mean, it'd be very weird if they did nothing and say it should no longer be a problem for your channel, because that sounds like specific about the channel. I'm also wondering if because Kathy Griffin posted about it, that something might have gotten done. No, Dave, they normally don't say that kind of thing. Dave, they don't go out of their way to say things like that. They would just say something like, look, what they usually say is they give me the whole blurb about how it's because of COVID and the impact on the workforce. And then they just say, well, that's it. That's what they always do. This time they gave me the COVID blurb, but then they said it should ... it should no longer be a problem for your channel, but let us know if you run into any issues. So I've never heard that before. I wonder if, because Kathy Griffin tweeted about it, and she retweeted my tweet, and on my tweet I had tagged the CEO of YouTube. So I'm wondering, I don't think the CEO of YouTube really cared what I posted, but for all I know, maybe the CEO of YouTube knows Kathy Griffin, or somebody at YouTube saw it and they saw that Kathy Griffin had posted about it, and they were like, oh, why is Kathy Griffin posting about this? So it's possible. It's possible that someone at YouTube or even the CEO saw the Kathy, like, I'm guessing if even the CEO of YouTube is a pretty important person, she doesn't really care if I post. But I'm guessing if in her Twitter mentions, if she saw that Kathy Griffin was posting and it came up in her Twitter notifications, she might look at it and then give it to somebody else and say, hey, deal with this. I don't know. Damien says it sounds like a human wrote it from YouTube. Maybe, yeah. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. It's a big mystery. Yeah, Rita's Real says it sounds good. At least it's a non-bot response. Yes, it is a non-bot response. It's a human response after the bot response. Montpelier says, I did see her tweet. It couldn't hurt. I mean, it is. There is, if they actually did something to try to fix it, there's a fairly good chance that it's because Kathy Griffin posted about it. I'm not kidding you. I actually think that that can make a big difference. See, Darren, I don't know. Darren's saying they're saying it to make you feel good. They don't do that. They do not do that. I have been back and forth with them on this issue many times, and no one ever says to me anything like, oh, well, it shouldn't be a problem again for your channel. They just don't say it. They don't feel any need to say it to you. They never say that kind of thing. Now, it very well might happen again. I'll be very pleasantly surprised if it doesn't, but that's not the kind of thing they normally say to you. Also, I will say this. It's possible because a lot, like on my tweet, when I tweeted at Team YouTube, which is the support site, on my tweet, they see when people are, Team YouTube will see when people are commenting on it. And a lot of people, a lot of you guys actually commented on the tweet and liked the tweet, retweet the tweet. So they're getting all those notifications. So who knows, maybe the fact that so many people posted about it and asked YouTube about it, maybe it made somebody there look into it. I don't know, but that could have been helpful too. But normally if somebody messages at Team YouTube, there's not that many people who would, jump on and like the tweet. But a lot of people did. I think hundreds of people liked the tweet. So maybe that pushed them to do something. But I don't know. I mean, the next stream it could just get hidden again. Although at least now if it gets hidden, I can go back to them and say and point to that conversation. And then they can just not fix it. 12 Tree says only 2 more channels to fix. I don't think I'm going to be able to ask him about the other 2 channels. I don't see that happening. You never know. Arizona Jumper said they didn't hide your Ted Cruz stream. That is true. It is true that I have done 4 streams since then, and they have not been hidden, including the Ted Cruz stream. That is true. However, the big test comes when there's like some kind of controversial topic. But the 3 previous streams were all hidden. But they were all kind of controversial topics, I guess. But those had all been hidden. I had gotten 3 streams in a row been hidden. The stream about the snowstorm stream, the snow in Texas stream was hidden. The Fort Worth 100 plus vehicle pileup stream was hidden. And the hacker tried to poison Florida City's water supply was hidden. Those weren't, it's not like I was like streaming about Iran or like terrorism or something. So those were all hidden. All of them. None of the GameStop streams were hidden, though. It's possible that just the power outage streams don't get hidden. I mean, there's been all kinds of streams that were hidden, but those are the. I mean, there were like 3 in a row. Oh, Brandon said, do I want to talk about the Ted Cruz stream? I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it a little. Have they ever hidden the COVID streams? They hit all of them. I talked about this last week, but we did COVID streams for a month and a half. The hiding started when the pandemic happened, because that's when they started using their automated system to do it. But basically, they started hiding every single stream that anyone posted with like COVID or coronavirus in the title. So, anyways, if you want to know more, I don't want to like rehash all of that because we spent so much time on it. But if you want to go back and get the background on it, if you want the background, I've given you the follow-up. Just go watch the stream. We did a whole stream on this. Incredibly frustrating. So just go watch this stream. I explain it all there. Then we don't have to explain it all here. That was actually the last stream we did on this channel. It's called Incredibly Frustrating. I like the thumbnail. It's a good thumbnail. It's a good thumbnail video they chose. Look at that one. See? I didn't choose that. They just chose that one. How about this one? The system automatically chooses something. I think it focuses on movement when it chooses a thumbnail. I mean, I choose the picture, but it chooses the little video. Oh, Read Is Real has to run. Read Is Real has to run. I know it's late. Thank you, Read Is Real. I might wait. I don't know if I'll talk about that. If I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, I might wait to talk about the Ted Cruz thing until tomorrow. Oh, Sonic has to head out too. Everybody's leaving. This is what happens when I stream late. Sonic says we'll rewatch later. Yeah, I'll wait to give you my thoughts on the Ted Cruz stream. We'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow. I'd rather. I mean, this is pretty late. You know, I usually don't stream this late, so I'd like to have more people. I feel like there will be people who were watching the Ted Cruz stream who might want to discuss that and who might not be awake. Although the Ted Cruz stream was at what, 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning? The Ted Cruz stream, I think I came on. When did I get on the air? 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. So probably people who were watching that wouldn't have a problem be watching the stream at this point. Let's see here. Roger Reynolds is here. Chris says, I still have 30 minutes of it to watch, digesting it still. I'll discuss it briefly. I'll say what I want to say briefly about it. So I was thinking about it last night. I was thinking about the stream. Oh, by the way, thank you, Jaster Scorpion. Hey, Jaster Scorpion, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Jaster Scorpion. I appreciate that. So the deal with the Cruz stream, that I kind of figured out what I thought about it after the stream. I was so tired last night. We had just streamed for 5.5 hours about Texas, and I was hungry and I had a headache. And I hadn't even eaten much, and I was just really tired. And then the Ted Cruz thing happened, and I was like, well, I want to cover it. So I went on the air, but I had a headache, and I was tired and hungry. So I wasn't really thinking straight on the stream in terms of being able to figure out what was bothering me. But something was bothering me. So the thing is this. So the story was this. So what happened is, the stream was called, Did Ted Cruz Go to Cancun, right? And what happened is, when I finished up the stream about Texas, I got to my computer and I was like eating something, getting a snack, and then I saw that like online there was this huge thing going on Twitter where people were analyzing these photos, and it was like trending on Twitter, and there was this big discussion of people who had these. It was really funny. It was like people had these photographs of somebody who kind of looked like Ted Cruz, and people were trying to figure out if it was Ted Cruz, and you really couldn't tell. Like, there were arguments for and against it, and it was really interesting. And so I was like, well, I want to cover this. And it wasn't, I mean, I think it's a significant story if he goes to Cancun, but I don't know that if I don't know that I would have covered it. I probably wouldn't have. If I had sat down in my computer and a news headline came up and said Ted Cruz went to Cancun, I would have retweeted it. I don't think we would have covered it. But and I know we wouldn't have, because I remember when I was about to get on the air, I was kind of like, well, I hope they don't figure it out before I get on the air, because then why am I really streaming? So I went on the air to cover it because it was about like covering the mystery of the thing. It wasn't like, let's go on the air for 2 hours and just say, Ted Cruz, what a miserable person because he went and did this. It was like, the internet's blowing up. There are these photos. It's really interesting and kind of funny to look at them and try to figure out if they're Ted Cruz or not. So I found it like a neat topic. And so I just figure we'll go on the air. And I do not think it's controversial to say that if Ted Cruz flew to Cancun during the Texas power disaster, that's an inappropriate thing to do. I didn't think that's a controversial thing. My thought was like, well, okay, let's just assume that's true, and let's just talk about the controversy of whether he went or not. That was my focus, whether he went or not. If you watch the stream, I go on the air. I'm not ranting about Ted Cruz being a terrible person. That's not what we're focused on. We're focused on the photos and the evidence and whether he did or he didn't. And then, before it even starts, like in the chat, before I even get on the air, there's all these angry people saying like, why are you covering this? This is not news. You're a liberal. You're an agenda. You're a terrible person, Steve. And then we start, and all these people, thumbs down, this stinks. You shouldn't be covering this. This is a disgrace. This is not news. And it's just like, why am I wasting? All I wanted to do was cover this really fun, neat, like detective thing going on online about whether he went or not in the photos, and I have to like defend myself from all these angry people who they're like commenting like I went on the air and just started like saying Ted Cruz is a bad person and wasn't even covering the photos at all. It's like as soon as you mention Ted Cruz and he's the topic of, and he's at all the topic of discussion, people just like don't even listen to what you're saying and they get angry at you. And it's just like, watch the stream. The stream was about trying to figure out whether it was him or not. That was what the stream was about. And then people just get so upset, and I don't even know why they're watching. But it's like the people's reaction was like as if I had just come on the air, as if it was already known he went to Cancun, and I just came on the air and just started saying bad things about Ted Cruz for an hour straight. That was the kind of reaction I was getting, and like that's not what was happening at all. So it's like it kind of like it got in the way of us being able to discuss the mystery of whether he was going and look at the photos, and people were just miserable and angry, and it was just like, you know, I probably should have been close up when I was talking about this, but it's just, you know. And then the thing has like, I think it has like 800 thumbs down on it. How many thumbs down are on it right now? 735 thumbs down. 735 thumbs down. And then people are asking me, and then people keep saying in the chat, like, you never covered Cuomo. Why didn't you cover Cuomo? And it's like, I don't even cover stuff about Republic. And I said it on the air. I said, I didn't even cover the impeachment trial. There's all kinds of things that politicians do on both sides that I don't cover. And as I said, I wouldn't have covered this the story had already been known. If it was known he had gone to Cancun, I don't think I would have done a breaking news update about it. What I was covering was the whole mystery thing with the photos and everything. And just, it's like people hear Ted Cruz and they hear Ted Cruz, oh, something bad about him. I must attack you and not even watch what you're doing online and just attack you. Attack, and say you're biased and say you're an awful person and thumbs down. And they're not even listening to what I'm saying. And it kind of wrecks it because we're just trying to discuss it and all these angry people are in the chat. So, but I kind of just, after the fact, when I had a chance to think of it, I was like, wait a second, like, I wasn't even really talking about Ted Cruz. We were just trying to look at the photos. So it was just ridiculous. But it's like, why do we have to deal with that nonsense? Why are people so angry? No, Bossa Supernova, I'm not going live on Twitch right now because I'm not sure if I'm going to do... I haven't decided yet whether I'm demonetizing the Twitch channel. So I thought I was going to, but I'm not sure. So I have to figure that out first. Jahi's Joy says, many bitter people in this world, they will find something to complain about no matter what. Montpelier says, you absolutely refuse to say it was Ted Cruz. Like, yeah, I was on there nonstop last night saying we don't know if it was him. And then the really great thing was, another great thing was all these people claiming it wasn't news. When it clearly was news. I mean, if you turned on the TV today, it was all over the news. And if you looked online, it was all over the news, as I knew it would be. But people last night were telling me, this is not news. But I don't cover every story. 12 Tree says, I think some people just like to argue and complain. Makes them feel like they are different and can stand out. I just think people are so... They see everything as partisan. They see everything as partisan, and they don't understand. A lot of people literally don't comprehend the idea of being able to talk about politics in an agenda-free manner. They don't understand it. So they assume that you have to have an agenda, and they assume you're for or against. And they just can't process the possibility that you could be discussing this story about Ted Cruz, but not be like Mr. Liberal guy who's always saying how bad Republicans are. People just are so into their, you're for it or you're for my side or against my side, and they just see everything in such a partisan lens, they just can't comprehend that you might not be doing this in a partisan way. And they accuse you of being a partisan, and they're like not even listening to what you're saying. No, Jaster Scorpion, agenda free doesn't mean posting, it doesn't mean no opinion. It means you can have opinions. It means that you're not basing your opinions on some bias. You're basing your opinions on the facts. But the stream wasn't even about that. The point of the stream was just to look at the photos. I mean, it was so not like an angry political stream. The point of the stream was to have fun with this. Did he do it? Did he not do it? And looking at all these photos. Like, that's a fun thing. And the internet was doing it, and some of our viewers were doing it. And it's just like people couldn't like relax and just have fun with it. I mean, the stream would have been so much more pleasant. There's no reason that somebody who's Republican and a fan of Ted Cruz couldn't have watched that stream and said, okay, you know what? If he went, that's kind of bad. But I'm gonna watch the stream, and we're gonna do the whodunit thing. Like, there's somebody who's a fan of Ted Cruz should not have a problem doing that. But like, people couldn't do it. It didn't. That stream did not need to be a controversial stream. There was nothing controversial about it. It should have been just like a fun stream and fun for the audience, and everybody's in there, whether you like Ted Cruz or not personally, or whether you're Republican or Democrat. Let's just get into the mystery of whether it's him or not and look at these photos online. That's what the stream should have been. But people couldn't they couldn't do that. They had to get all angry. Yes, Nicholas says some people don't know how to have fun. That's what I realized after. That really bothered me. I was like, wait a second. Why were we even dealing with this nonsense in the stream? Why couldn't it have just been like a fun stream? Kelly is kind. Nope. Kelly is kind. Kelly is kind. Kelly is kind. Your comment got removed. Kelly is kind. You're not. Kelly is kind. You know better. You know better. Kelly is kind. Come on, Kelly is kind. You got to do better. Oh, Sirens in the Distance says it's me. There you go. It's Sirens in the Distance. So that's what I wanted to say about that's what I wanted to say about the Ted Cruz stream. It really annoyed me, and it really annoyed me after the fact. People just couldn't have a fun stream. Oh, 12 Tree. Thank you, 12 Tree. That's very kind of you, 12 Tree. Thank you, 12 Tree. And thanks for the sticker. Like, there's so many people, they just can't, anything that has anything to do with anything politics at all, like, they can't discuss it without getting angry. Kimberly Barr says, I wasn't angry. I thought it was a fun stream. MKD1R says, it's so embarrassing. Of all the people in here, we're like, that's not Ted Cruz. When I first saw the photos last night, I didn't think it was him. And it was a really interesting story, because you never really see it that way. Normally, like, you kind of know or you kind of don't know. You couldn't tell. You just couldn't tell from the photos. It was like, he could be, it kind of looks like him, but one of the photos going around is like this old photo, like, and it was like really right in the middle there. Usually it wouldn't be so in the middle, and like, he kind of looked like him, but he was sitting in coach, and he, like, maybe was a little paunchy, and maybe had some gray hair, kind of, and it was really difficult. Salon Girl says, being honest, it was a hard watch. So why was it a hard watch? Tell me why. Salon Girl, rather than saying it was a hard watch, why don't you tell me why it was a hard watch? Was it a hard watch because you like Ted Cruz and you don't understand that somebody could actually talk about this Ted Cruz thing in a neutral way and try to have fun with the detective part of the story and not and ignore, like, hateful rhetoric about politics? I mean, if you're incapable of detaching yourself and having a fun discussion about a topic that happens to involve a political figure because everything is partisan, well, I can't help it then. Then you're not going to like the stream, but that's not my problem. Dana Davis says, why are Americans uptight? Jeez. Kelly is kind said, I asked you nicely not to yell at you. I didn't yell at you, but you need to know better. How many times have we talked about the rules? Come on, Kelly is kind. You've watched before. You know better. No one was yelling at you, but I was saying we've gone over this many times and it's against the rules. Hold on a second here. See, even now, I can tell, even now when I'm bringing it up, there's some people in our chat and they're just getting angry about it. And they just can't discuss it in a neutral way. It's just anything with anybody political, it just gets them upset. And they have to be, it has to be pro-left or pro-right, and they just are incapable of just chilling out and talking about it, but disregarding the partisan politics element of it. They just can't do it. That's a lot of people. I can see it right now. I can see people getting upset. It's just amazing. Now Kelly is kind is mad to me and she's leaving because she posted a news story when obviously it wasn't an emergency, and I'd already posted about it on Twitter, and I told her, well, you shouldn't do that and you're a veteran and you should know better. Now she's leaving. So what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I'm sorry, but on my channel, if you're going to ignore the rule we say all the time, which is don't post news unless it's an emergency, you should expect, and you post news that's not an emergency and that I posted on Twitter, you should expect to be called out. So what can I say? If you don't want to be called out for that, then this channel's not for you. I mean, it's only so much I can do. I mean, it's not personal at all. It's just you broke the rules. So if you break the rules, you get called out. I didn't even time her out. I just removed the comment. Scott says, everyone should be open-minded. Thanks again to our mods. We got Mark Helton modding and Sarah Joy is modding. I really appreciate it. Doing late night modding. I really want to run tonight. Go running. Because I haven't in like 3 days. Kisei says, I almost never engage in political discussion in the States because no one cares what you say. They just want to know you're on their side. So exhausting. I understand, Kisei. It's Coleman Ruggles. Oh, Edward Kim. No, there's 3 packages at the UPS store. Thanks for asking me the packages. There's 3 packages at the UPS store. I did not get over there today. Things ran too late. So I am going to go to the UPS store hopefully tomorrow and pick up the packages. There's like 3 packages there. The apartment's all the same. Here's the apartment thing. There it is. You can read about the apartment. It hasn't changed. It's all the same. It's all the same. I think I mentioned also there's a noise. I think I might be hearing the balcony door through my ceiling or somebody's door up. I'm here. I think I might be hearing a door from the apartment above me. So the building, I think, is going to try to see if we can test and see. Because if I am, maybe they can do something to quiet the door. If you have I've had this before. If you have a door above you and it's closing loudly, it can be very, very loud through a ceiling. So, so if it is, I don't know if it is, but if it is, maybe they can muffle it some. Vasa Supernova says, I think we are expecting too much from people. We actually have psychological tests for being open-minded. Trait openness on the Big 5 personality test, only about 25% of people score high. Chris Lund says, I originally went to school to be in politics. I ran the other way as fast as I could once I saw how things were done. No, thank you. I feel like there were other streams we did which kind of got wrecked by that too, by people who couldn't just detach themselves. That happened with COVID too. When we were covering COVID at the beginning, that ended up getting all political. People got all politically angry about everything. Yeah, Edward, my UPS address is there. There's the UPS mailbox. Hedge Enemy said, I had neighbors blasting music at 4 a.m. the other night. Matt, please do not repeat comments. Please do not repeat comments. Thanks, Kisei. Yeah, those were a while ago. That was over a year ago now. We started covering COVID. TJ said a heated chat during that coverage. Ooh, hold on a second. But I know some people sent some stuff to me, so I'm sorry. Did I take the vaccine, King Seahawk? I wish I could. I wish I could get offered it to me. I found out a relative of mine who will go unnamed, who is in a risk group, is refusing to take the vaccine. And I'm not happy about that, but there's nothing I can do. Hey, Ryder is there. What else? I don't even remember what day it is. It's Friday? It's Friday. See, the whole thing with the power outages is a great example of like how things can like change very fast. Because like the news had been kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden at like 2 a.m. on whatever night that was, Sunday night, Monday morning, I saw the announcement about the blackout, and that story really just kind of popped up. It just kind of popped up, and then it was like we just started covering it because it was a big story, and that's why we've been covering it. But like, I did not anticipate going on the air to cover that. That just kind of popped up out of nowhere. So sometimes things pop up, and then this is what happens. You go from kind of like, it can be like a quiet week to just like nonstop news coverage, just depending on what happens. Just like that. It was the same thing I remember when Hope Hicks tested positive for the virus, which ended up starting this whole thing where Trump tested positive like 2 days later or whatever, or he announced it. But it was quiet then, and then that happened, and then we were on the air for like a week straight. When's the next stream going to be? I'm right here. I'm streaming now. Thank you, Bossa Supernova. Yeah, I mean, I think that the blackout story deserves coverage. So many people have been suffering. So many. I don't think it's been covered enough. I don't know that the average person realizes like how many people are going through so much in Texas. One of the only ways I know is because people like Chris Lund and Kimberly Peterson and our other viewers are actually like telling us what's going on. Our viewer Jim from Pflugerville. I mean, that's the most useful information. Sarah Joy says you missed a great comment earlier today. I guess I don't want to hear it. Hedge Enemy. You know what I love? I love. There's different food I like. I love. Steamers are really good. I never have them though. Steamers are like steamed clams that you get like on Cape Cod during the summer. I got to do that. Maybe I'll go this summer and get some steamers, clams. What they are is this is what it is right here. They're these clams, and then you cook them, and then you dip them like in a broth and in some butter, and then you take the clam out of the shell. It's so good. Then you just eat the clam. I love those. Amber E says YouTube recommended a stream of yours from a year ago. That's nice of them. Chris said, I went to bed at 1 a.m. with alert 1 and no worries. I woke up 15 minutes after your coverage started with no power. Happened so quick, but that's the news cycle, I guess. Yeah, and it's like, I think what happened is, I don't really know, but it seemed very quick to me that it went from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Level 2 to level 3 was like 15 minutes. And I think what happened, though, is they started losing the power plants. I mean, that's from the article we read today from the Texas Tribune, which said that they were maybe minutes or hours away. I think it was minutes or hours. Is that what they said? From like a total collapse of the system there. What was I posted it on Twitter. But I think what happened is they just started losing power plants. The power plants started going offline. That's what happened. And so I think that's what was going on, and they were that's why the supply was getting so close to demand because of that. Here, hold on. Hang on. Here, I'll find it. It was seconds or minutes. Seconds or minutes away. Seconds and minutes away. Texas Power Grid was seconds and minutes away from a catastrophic failure that could have left Texans in the dark for months. That's from Texas Tribune. They just did not think it was going to happen that fast. It's also crazy. Like, as Chris said, he was asleep. People didn't have warning. They just announced it at 2 in the morning. Lori Holmes says, we had no power for 53 hours. Lights have been flickering on and off tonight the last hour, making me very anxious, but at least it's 28 degrees out, not 1. That's good. I hope you keep your power. I don't remember if that was a North Carolina tornado night. Yes, Nicole Wilson, Chris got his power back earlier today. It's awesome. All right, we're gonna go just for a few more minutes here. We started this kind of late, and it's 1:10 a.m. So I don't want to go too late. I really would like to go for a run tonight because I haven't done it in 3 days, and I'm feeling terrible about not doing that. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes. Then I'm gonna eat a snack real quick, and then I gotta digest, and then I'm gonna go run. That's my plan. I hope I can get that all done. I hope I can get it all done. But we'll be doing more streaming. But that was crazy. That came out of nowhere. I did not know that blackout stuff was coming. And it was just so crazy just seeing how fast it went from level 1 emergency to level 2 to level 3 blackouts. What kind of snack? I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe some veggies and something else. My schedule is so messed up right now because we've been staying up so late to cover the blackout. I mean, the first time we covered it, I think I was up until like 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, and it just messed everything up. Lulu says, I never thought that NOAA weather radio would go out either. Did it go out? Did it go out? Thank you, Brandon Johnson. Matt, let's keep the let's keep the newsy comments out of the chat. Keep the politics out of the chat. Do we have that? This channel, we don't do politics. Do we have a politics command? You know? Oh, there it is. We do have a politics command, Nightbot. Oh, thank you, Nicole Wilson. Hey, Nicole, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole Wilson. Much appreciated. Yeah, Chris doesn't have any water yet. Chris, you have to post when you take a shower. Chris, post on Twitter. Let everybody know once you've taken a shower. That's a big breaking news story. So you gotta let the Twitter followers know you took a shower. The world was watching. Yeah, sweetie, it has been. Sweetie says, when you first started your channel, I was wondering if there would be enough big news stories to cover. It's been one after another. But also, I mean, remember in November of 2019, I started this channel. So this channel's been nice because when there's not as much news going on, we can stream more here. Sometimes we stream a lot here. So this channel's made a big difference. We wouldn't have been doing this stream before this channel. It's okay, Matt Danger. It's okay. Just be warned. Just a reminder. Chris says, I'm planning my next bathing. Thank you, Nicole and Nicholas Guerrero. All right, guys. It's 1:14 a.m. It's 1:14 a.m. Can you believe it? A plane just flew by. There's like a small airport near here. Plane just flew by at 1:14. It's Clint Catalini. Clint Catalini. I've been to College Station before for a couple days in the Dallas airport. I watch some sports. Sometimes. Sometimes when I'm on the, I watch a basketball game I've recorded, sometimes when I'm on the treadmill. All right, guys. I think we're wrapping it up. Oh, a friend of mine recommended the movie The Sting. I've never seen The Sting. And then also, everybody's watching this Netflix show. What's the name of the Netflix show that begins with B? Everybody's watching that show. I feel like I'm left out. I should at least watch one episode of it. What's the Netflix show that begins with B? Someone will say it. Bridgerton, says Morella. It's Bridgerton. Everybody's watching Bridgerton. But I don't currently have Netflix. That's the problem. Sarah Joy says Bridgington, blah, blah, something. Bridgington? Camille says Bridgerton is amazing. I'm not currently subscribed to Netflix. What I have to do is I have to wait till it builds up to there's like 5 things I want to watch on Netflix, and then I'll subscribe for 1 month and watch those 5 things. You know what Netflix should do? Netflix should let me pay 25 cents. They really should do this. They should let me pay 25 cents to watch 1 episode of Bridgerton. I would pay them 25 cents. They should do that. They say if you're a non-subscriber, you can pay 25 cents and watch an episode of Bridgerton. Why not? Because there's people who don't want to subscribe. Dennis says basketball was invented 1 mile from me. Where are you, Dennis? I'm thinking 1 sec says yes, I agree. Camille W likes Netflix. Hetty says you need to watch the whole series. Maybe one day. Okay. I gotta eat something. Hedge Enemy did not like it. All right, guys. Well, I so appreciate you joining. I can't believe you all were up late to join the stream. It's so nice of you. Oh, Seize the Day was there too. Seize the Day was there too. She now prepares for ice storms. Excuse me. Bridgerton is on YouTube? No, it's only on Netflix. Hey, we got to thank. Hey, first of all, Shaft ZX. Thank you. Shaft gave a thumbs up and an OK symbol. Hey, thank you, Shaft ZX. Shaft, do you have a new avatar? It looks like Shaft has a new avatar. Thank you, Shaft. That's very kind of you. We got to thank our moderators, Mark Helton and Sarah Joy and Linda Belk. They've all been there. "1 a.m. is the new 8 p.m. says Cuba. Oh my gosh. It's so warm here. It's like 72 degrees. It's 72 degrees. 72. Oh, Hetty. Hey, thank you, Hetty. And thanks for the sticker. Hetty Silovitz. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Hetty. Thank you. Here's our weather. 72 now. 81 tomorrow. Then cold, 66, 68. And then that's the rest of it right there. Getting up into the 70s. This I like. 70s at night. I want it to be even a little warmer than this at night. It's not warm enough for me right now. What did I do here? Here we go. Doug Rabbit says, everyone's going to want to move to Florida. Yeah, it's amazing. But I like it when it's really warm at night. I love it when it's warm at night. It's 72 tonight. I like it a little warmer. I kind of like it when it's 80 at night. I think I need to move to like a tropical island. Because I like it when it's really warm all the time. All right. Guys, it's time. Guys, we are wrapping it up. Kisei says, move to Nigeria. That'd be interesting. I'd love to visit Africa. I've never visited Africa. I'd love to visit. Josh Tompkins is moderating too. Thank you, Josh. Sarah Joy, Mark Helton. Thank you, mods. Thanks all of you for tuning in to our late night live stream. Chris Smith just got here. Oh my gosh, Chris Smith. Oh, we gotta wrap this up. It's 1:21 a.m., guys. It's 1:21 a.m. We gotta wrap it up. Gotta wrap it up. Thank you for watching, everyone. Seize the day. HM with TJ, Amber E. Thanks, Kelly is kind and Salon Girl for watching, although they're mad at me. Coleman Ruggles, Doug Rabbit, Terry, Coleman. I don't know if U.S. Virgin Island has the internet. James in Ecuador. Arizona Jumper. Asymptomatic super spready. Kelsey P. It's like a summer night here. Cats Go Nuts. Dark FJ3, John A. and PD. Linda Nielsen. Chris Smith. Did I thank Mr. Showtime? Mr. Showtime, I don't think I thanked you. Thank you, Mr. Showtime, for your support. That's very kind of you. Jaster Scorpion, thanks for watching. Why am I not close up now? Why am I on the wide shot? See, my brain isn't working. Eric B was watching in the Lurkers Lounge. Eric B, thank you for watching from the Lurkers Lounge. Oh, I keep yawning. I need a snack is what I need. Oh, Salon Girl said, yay, Salon Girl came out of the Workers' Lounge to say goodnight. Yes, you can. Good night, Salon Girl. Good to see you. It's all good. Tell Kelly is kind to come out with you. Darren Markley. Chris Smith, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going on the main channel. We got to see what the news is. Marla V was watching in the Lurkers Lounge. Thank you, Marla V, for watching. Baja Fresh, they don't have that near me. I used to eat at Baja Fresh in LA. There was a time I was eating at Baja Fresh a lot. I bet it's not there anymore. There was a Baja Fresh at, it was on Hollywood or Sunset in Fairfax, I think. I bet it's not there anymore. Where was that one? I bet it's not there anymore. Nicole says most of them have closed here in California. Yeah, it's not. I think it was on Fairfax or Crescent Heights. Let's see. Is it still there? Maybe. That's not it. There's some of them open. There's a few of them open in LA. It was all right. It wasn't amazing. It was all right. I used to like La Salsa. There was a burrito place called La Salsa I liked. I bet those aren't open anymore. I'm looking it up. I don't see it. I'm looking in Los Angeles. Oh, I do. Hold on, Los Angeles, La Salsa. There is still one. It's still open. There's one at, oh no, maybe, no, Newport Beach. That's not the one. I guess it's not open in LA anymore. Everything closes. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's still there. It is still there. There's a La Salsa on West Pico. It's still there. How about that? It's still there. Darren Markley says the one by me in SoCal closed. The one I used to go to was on West Pico. There was also one in Studio City. I bet that's not there anymore. It was good. Good steak burrito. No, these windows actually need to be cleaned on the outside. The building needs to clean them on the outside. During the day, they would look dirtier. Cats go nuts, love their bowls. Either Baja Fresh or La Salsa. All right, guys. Melissa McQueen, thanks for watching. Damian Hill. Everybody else. It's time to wrap this up. Chris Lund. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's go. Got to do it. It's 1:26 a.m. We got to go. We got to go. We got to get off. We got to get off. Hey, thanks to everybody who donated too. That is really nice of you. Very much appreciate the donations. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you. Amy Williams, thanks for watching too. And thanks again to our moderators. Moderators, awesome, awesome, awesome job. Great job. All right, guys. That is it. I'm signing off. Why the lighting is so bright? I shouldn't look this bright. I'm going to sign off. If there's big news and I'm awake, I'll go on Agenda Free TV. My plan is to have a snack and possibly go for a run. That's my goal. I hope I can get that all done. Okay, guys. That is it. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Hey, Lookner channel on Twitter. Follow Lookner channel on Twitter. We have a Twitter page. Lookner channel on Twitter. All right, Edward Kim, thanks for watching. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for the late night live stream. We will do this again very soon. I hope you're having a great night or a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you soon.